The college football experience, Illinois Fighting Illini 2025 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com with our promo code TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey everybody, Jim McMahon here, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes! Yes! Woo! Welcome to the college football experience. Illinois Fighting Illini 2025 season preview episode. Oh boy, big things being talked about in Champaign, Illinois, and rightfully so after their first double-digit win season in over 20 years. YouTube.com/the college experience. We're breaking down every single team, and shit, I feel like we're in the 90s now. We are not far away.
We're getting there.
Maybe even hundreds. We're right around there. So go check out all the other 90 or 100 previews out there. We break down every single team, and here we are with the Fighting Illini. YouTube.com/the college experience, iTunes, Spotify. I do recommend the visual version of this, but if you're not subscribed on iTunes and Spotify, you are going to miss several coaching interviews from my travels to media days, a conference commissioner interview. So you're going to want to be subscribed to both. All right. And don't worry, we cover every single college football game every year, every single one, FBS and FCS. Woo. I don't know a lot of other people doing that.
No.
Anyway, subscribe, hit that like and subscribe button. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
Let's go. I mean, Bret Bielema. I knew this hire was going to work. I thought it was going to work. He's an Illinois guy. Played for Hayden Fry. All right. Coach for Hayden Fry. Coach for Kirk Ferentz. Coach for Bill Snyder and Barry Alvarez. And Bill Belichick.
Good tree.
Yeah. Pretty strong there. Yeah. Can't wait to talk about it. Shout out to the chat. Come be a part of this chat. And we got even CFL talk going on in the chat. Let's go check out the CFL Gambling Pod for more on that. But I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the College Basketball Experience. And if you're watching this on YouTube, this is our hub for all of our stuff: college basketball experience, college baseball experience, college football experience. We cover it all. They all come together. YouTube.com/the college experience. Give it up for former staffer at Austin Peay with the Governors, South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Moneyline Mac. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Yes. How about the Illini? Double-digit win season and capped it off with a win over the SEC. Just has the ball coach. Bulletin board, baby.
Oh, hold on. I'll show you that.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Great bowl game. That was probably the best bowl game. I know San Jose State, Hawaii was pretty fire on Christmas Eve or whatever.
Yeah.
Like 7 overtimes.
Yeah.
But I kind of hate the new overtime rule where you're just going for a 2-point conversion, trying to make it like soccer bullshit. Yeah. But the South Carolina Illinois game was mighty chippy. But actually the best bowl game was ECU NC State. But besides that, it was this one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like those two. We're off fire. Let's jump into this, man, because there is buzz around Champaign, Illinois, and rightfully so after winning 10 games a season ago. I have always wondered, and I finally think they're there. For a long time, it seemed like Illinois just couldn't get out of their own way. They had a little case of Maryland.
Yeah.
They had a case of Maryland where it was like mind boggling to me. I remember me and Patty C would just sit around and I was like, what's going on? How's that possible? How is it possible that you are close to Chicago, right? It's like, how are you this bad at football for that long? Like I said, first double-digit win season in what, 23 years, I think it was.
Yep.
And the history, when you look at the history of Illinois program, it's remarkable. So why has it been so tough, really, since the 80s of getting this thing going? I mean, because even Ron Turner, he got up in 2001, won 10 games, went to the Sugar Bowl. He only had 2 winning seasons in his what, like 8 years there. So it's like you really have to go back to John Makovic, where he really got the thing kind of going, and Mike Snow White. I think Bielema's the guy to get them there. And now, rev sharing, who knows if that's going to be a real, but I tend to think Illinois moving forward has their shit together again. And hey, he's 125 and 80 in his coaching career, 8-5 in 2022 with the Illini, 5-7 in 23, 10-3 in 2024. Where you at with Coach Bielema?
Love him. Bielema, man, we talk about his former school at length. I see Big Baller in the chat saying under for Illinois already. He's obviously a Wisconsin guy, but Wisconsin got away from their identity, what they had under Bielema. Bielema has taken it over to Champaign, and they have an identity, and that's why they've been able to build this thing, win double digits last year. He was great at Wisconsin. The Arkansas fit never really fit, I thought, just being down there in Fayetteville, but now he's back in the Midwest with his roots, and he's a hell of a ball coach.
Yeah, and the offensive side of the ball, Barry Lunney is back as his OC. I think it's his 4th year with them. He came over from UTSA after UTSA went into Champaign and beat him. Yep. 64th in scoring offense season ago, 86th in pass offense, 79th in rush offense, which is still pretty shocking to me. 92nd in total offense. Now the offense returns Luke Altmyer, who honestly, if you look around the Big Ten, you're like Underwood, freshman at Michigan, Dante Moore, not really proven at Oregon, Sayin at Ohio State, not really proven. Drew Aller and Altmyer are probably the top quarterbacks returning that you can trust in a way. Trust to be, I guess it depends what you ask for Drew Aller. But Altmyer, I can see why people are saying we have one of the more experienced quarterbacks in the conference. Why can't it be us to go to the playoffs when we have that and we have so much other returning production? Because the offense, holy shit.
Hello.
The entire offensive line is back. Tight end Tanner Arkin is back. Kaden Feagin at the running back spot. Collin Dixon at the wideout spot. And Luke Altmyer. That's a lot of production back. I believe it's the most in the country. Now you start to see why these expectations are up there for Illinois to take the next step and perhaps crash the college football playoffs. They did hit the portal. And Ethan Hampton, who was the starting quarterback of Northern Illinois when they beat Notre Dame, I was surprised that he left for Illinois. Yeah. Money maybe. Murphy Clement from West Virginia and the brother Hudson Clement from West Virginia at running back and wideout coming in. Justin Bowick from Ball State coming in at the wideout spot. Davin Stoffel from South Dakota State. Christian Abney from Ball State. How about we were talking about New Mexico? Let's go listen to our New Mexico preview and how Jason Eck developed so well yesterday. How about both their tackles going from Idaho and the FCS to Illinois. Another example of the coaching job that Jason Eck does at Idaho, and now he's at New Mexico. They also bring in Tyler McMillan from Illinois State. There's no way the offense isn't better. It's just even if they're overhyped this year, I still think with that much continuity, they will be a lot better.
Well, and Clement was a really productive wideout for the Mountaineers the last couple of years with Garrett Green. So yeah, he's a great addition. Good route runner, good hands. And like you said, man, when you got your whole offensive line coming back, those are the teams that I usually like to think are going to hit the ground running. I do think that the offense will be better. I will say they did win a shitload of close games last year. And we'll touch on that when we get to the schedule.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. Let's talk about the defensive side of the ball because Aaron Henry has been the DC, I believe, since Ryan Walters took the Purdue job. 31st in scoring defense, 78th in pass defense, 65th in rush defense, 68th in total defense, and Bielema's a defensive guy as well. So, what do they got returning? Let's talk about it. Oh, the entire defense besides the defensive line. And that is, I think, where if you're looking for an area to be super concerned, I would say D-line and maybe wide out. But their linebackers, Jackus, Rosick back, Nickelback, Xavier Scott back, secondary entirely intact, Cox, Patterson, Scott, Bailey, all back, kicker David Olano back as well. I mean, they go out in the portal and they load up on the D line. Leon Laughery from Wisconsin, Kurt Neal from Wisconsin. Whew, Bielema still dealing blows to his old school. Yeah. Carter Hewitt from Northern Iowa. Eli Conan from Bemidji State. And then Durajaya from Florida State coming in there. Also several kickers and punters just loading up there. I'm going to say they're improved this year because I do think you can make a case that this year's schedule could be easier.
Yeah, I do think that could be the case. I thought that the defense was solid last year, middle of the pack. I mean, Henry's been there. This will be his fifth year with the program, third year as the DC. So a lot of continuity here on this staff. I'm with you. I think they'll be slightly better with all that. They have so much coming back on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, like I said, if you're searching, if you're a hater out there and you're saying, hey, this team's not doing it. And by the way, Jackus is going to play D end, by the way, I think. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I think you attack the D line and the wide receiver room is maybe the most questionable. And that's where you could say, okay, but Bielema's line of scrimmage normally, I don't really panic at the D line thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like, they have an identity every year. Even the teams that were like 5-7, they still were tough. They just didn't have any skill guys.
Yeah,
the line of scrimmage is never an issue with Bielema.
Now the wide receiver one, I think I might meet you there and say, yeah. Zachary Franklin's gone. Look, we're gonna talk about the schedule and go game by game on the schedule and talk about the state of the program and everything. But before I do that, I want to let you know you are listening to the College Football Experience, Fighting Illini style. We are brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog Basketball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. There's no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Basketball is the best way to play fantasy football, folks. Underdog also is a great place to play pick'em, where you can win up to 500 times the amount of money you enter. So sign up, and when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits there. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Yes, look, MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, including all the summer sports. We were talking CFL action in the chat. I'm loading up all summer CFL action like I do each and every year. MLB, of course, golf, tennis, dildo colors in the WNBA. I've been betting the hell out of those. I got some inside intel.
Neon.
I got some inside intel on perhaps the next dildo color. Look, MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations as well, and they got college football futures that we're loading up on. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag, and when you do use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. Of course, that's mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back, and Bielema's doing a great job resurrecting this program, getting it back to where it should be, which in my opinion, this should be a college football playoff-esque team and program, like right on the cusp of that basically every year. You are in Illinois. You are not far from Chicago. You have an advantage against a lot of those other schools. And you have one of the greatest stadiums in college football that is just chalked up in history. Illinois Memorial Stadium, 102 years young. This is a top 10 stadium for Dundee.
History.
Oh man. I there's a great documentary on this thing too. I forget what it's called, but, oh man, look at that shit. Look at that right there. YouTube.com/the college experience. They know how to do, like, I'll take this over almost every Big Ten. This is probably my favorite Big Ten stadium. No, I don't know. Rose Bowl's in there now.
The shoe.
Yeah. Shoe's in there. Coliseum's in there. All those additions from the West Coast were actually huge in the stadium front.
Washington,
I like
Oregon. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, Camp Randall's nice too. But this is right there with all of them, in my opinion. This is a top 10 stadium to me. Like, it's fire. Obviously the history. I don't remember I think that's a Red Grange statue. It might be George Halas. I mean, dude, this is Soldier Field used to have the columns here, right? So Soldier Field used to do the columns, and they got rid of them in the late 90s. One of the worst mistakes ever. And the real answer for Chicago Bear fans is you bring back Soldier Field and bring back the columns. Like, as far as like, stay at Soldier Field, don't go to bullshit Arlington Heights or something, and just bring back style, because you have one of the best stadiums in the NFL, and you're about to piss that away because you're idiots. But this stadium is absolutely golden. By the way, the Bears have played here. They've played, like a season or two here. Look at this shit, man. In the documentary, it's quite fascinating how they got this thing built in like 1920. It was it looked like it wasn't going to happen. They were like having and then like everyone had to come by train to the first game, and it was fucking awesome, man. Because you had to like watch that documentary. I don't know what the hell it's called, but you can find it out there. Look at that shit, man. What are you giving this thing?
I'll give it a 10, man. Like you said, it's a lot of history. It feels like the perfect size too. And it's good to see Illinois relevant again, so that they could pack that game in for meaningful games. That place was jumping last year for a couple of those games.
Oh yeah.
Bielema, man, he's got it rolling there. It seats. How much does this seat? This seats 60,000. I think that's the perfect size for a college football stadium.
Yeah, George Halas played there. I mean, look, how about Bobby Mitchell? I met Bobby Mitchell once. Yes. Great fucking running back. Coach C says the columns are still there, done. Yeah, but they're not visible from the stadium anymore. Like, when you're watching a Bears game, you should have that surrounded it, and to me, that's the intimidation of it. Just looks better now. It doesn't. The movement in the 90s. They failed, in my opinion. I've been to Soldier. Yeah, it's still a great stadium. Soldier's like top 3 NFL stadium for me. I'll fight anybody on that shit.
Oh yeah.
The history here is renowned though. Like, I mean, look at this shit. There's some photos of it. Look at that when they're building it. I mean, this is not 1920 or 1919 or some shit. Phenomenal. Look at that. Look at that.
Throwing it back, baby.
It's perfect, man. Obviously, the amount of great players, Dick Butkus, Ray Nitschke, you can go on and on and on. And how about this? And I love any stadium. That's how you know the real stadiums too. If they're called Illinois Memorial Stadium, Nebraska Memorial Stadium, that's normally after like a world war, and they're not fucking with it. I like that. We're such a bitch ass society today that, we got to call it after this, money. Like, no, honor your fucking history. All right. And they have it scattered through. Look at that. I mean, that's cool as shit, man. You go there, you feel like you're in a goddamn museum. It's phenomenal. Get yourself out to a game. Look at Dick Buckus. They need to bring the hooks back.
Bring it back.
We haven't had the hook on the helmet in a minute too. I know that people don't want that face mask anymore, but you still could have the modern hook that was going on, like Hugh Douglas rocked that like 15 years ago. Look, they got a Butkus statue. Absolutely awesome stuff. And Red Grange, I like this. Shout out to this company that actually colorized this photo here. But yeah, look at that. And they actually did these uniforms, man. We're going to show these uniforms because the Packers are now doing this. The Illinois did it so well that the Packers are going to do it this year. Shout out to that. I love these shits last year, man. I thought these were one of the coolest things that happened in college football last year, honoring the old uniform. So, yeah, get out to a game. What are you doing? Folks? Look at that shit, dude. It's like that's a castle, man. You got to storm the castle. And how about this? Can we get the stickers back?
Yes, bring it back like Ohio State.
Please. All right, you got the Chief on the sticker. Come on, man. Let's get that going too. Shout out to Illini football doing it right. I love these old photos of it in its first years because you can still see that foundation now. Obviously the Butkus Award winner is a thing that happens in college football now. So they deserve to be winning again. Like, is that the basketball stadium behind it?
Yo, and that State Farm, that place is awesome.
See, but it's called State Farm. So how do you have Illinois Memorial Stadium and then State Farm right next door?
I know. I don't know why they call it State Farm. But that looks like a castle. It's like it looks exactly like like West Virginia calls it the Coliseum. That's character.
Yeah.
That looks exactly like the Coliseum in Morgantown. They should call it the Coliseum. I don't know why they call it State
Memorial Coliseum.
Yeah.
Well, you can dial 1-800 Dundee. I'll tell you all this shit. Might be I just won't be sober. But and they storm though. Shout out to the Illinois fans that storm. You should always storm in college football. You pay a ridiculous enrollment. You pay a ridiculous tuition. Your textbooks are overpriced like a motherfucker. God forbid you storm. Don't listen to Greg Sankey's nonsense. You want a memory for the rest of your life? Storm the hell out of this. All right, come on. How about
stick it to Beanick, baby? Beat me.
Yeah, stick it to Beanick, right? And Cody Frazier, right? This is pretty cool. The Red Grange Grove there, where you could tailgate. I mean, what's not to like about that? Man, they just do it right. They do college football right in Champaign, Illinois. State of the program, Mac. I am giving it an 8 as long as Bielema is there. And like I said, I think don't let them fuck around and make the playoffs this year because you ride that momentum. I still think the potential is there to get even higher on this thing. I think this should be, like I said, with its history, with your fact you have Chicago not far away, with the beautiful stadium and the traditions that you have, I think this team should be a playoff team every year if they build it right. Or flirting with it at least.
I tend to agree with you. And they're investing. I mean, we've seen what they've done in basketball. I'll go 8 just because it was only 1 year. I need to see it back to back so it sustains. But it was the first time they won double-digit games since 2001 with Ron Turner.
Brother of Norv Turner.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Love the Turners.
Who knew Illinois got the better Turner head coach?
Norv had like what, 1 or 2 good years at the Redskins?
Even with that, he drove me crazy, man. They're over penalized. Every damn, like, I'll take Ron Turner over Norv all day. I saw Norv at the Chargers too. Yeah. Schottenheimer had that thing rolling and Norv came in and was like, yeah, let's go 9-7 every year.
That's the NFL. Firing Marty Schottenheimer to hire
14-2. One of the best records in NFL history. And they fought like regular season records. Honestly, I think it's like tied for like a fifth or sixth best record in the history of the league.
Do you remember why they fired him too? How they lost the game? The guy on the Chargers they got picked off by Brady and the Patriots and Belichick. Caught the interception, thought he was down, and put the ball down, and the Patriots recovered it and kicked the field goal to win it. Classic Patriot Brady Belichick luck. And then they fired Schottenheimer. I was like, you dumbasses.
And it's one thing if you fire Schottenheimer and you got someone else that's just loaded. Like, okay,
hired North.
You go to North Turner.
Talk about
unbelievable, unfucking believable. Oh man. All right, look, let's get to the schedule, man. But before we go to the schedule, I want to let you know that the college football experience is brought to you by Circa Millions and Circa Survivor. Yes, the world's greatest sportsbook, Circa Las Vegas, is hosting the world's biggest pro football contest, Circa Millions, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo. With over $21 million in guaranteed prizes, you can't call yourself a true DGen if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. So what are you doing? Come hang out with the Sports Gambler Podcast crew at the Circa Contest Weekend, August 21st through August 23rd, downtown Nevada, Las Vegas. Myself, Moneyline Mac, the college football experience, will be doing live shows regarding Week 0 college football, Farmageddon, all that good stuff in Dublin, Ireland this year for some strange reason. But we're going to talk all those games, live shows, open bars. Plus, we're going to get you 15% off your stay at Circa with the promo code SGP15. You're welcome. And look, the contests are open for everyone. Sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com and use the promo code SGP to get $50 off those proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm's power trends are now called smart signals. Yes. These are AI detected patterns, or Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a very high ROI. Think like a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Look, and smart signals are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm and Rhythm only. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets, baby. The MLB smart signals are crushing it. Mike Trout, Giancarlo Stanton are a combined 14-0 on smart signals, recommending their unders. WNBA smart signals, 97 and 65 in July with a 15.64% ROI. I mean, these are so good that Scott and Adam literally were booted off one of their bookie accounts for winning too much. Download the Rhythm app and check out smart signals and start betting smarter, folks. You know damn well we will be. Get your free 7-day trial period today. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. Shout out to Daniel Katie. Is Illinois the Arizona State of the Big Ten? You can make a case because Arizona State's one of those ones where you just like, man, they should be awesome every year. Illinois should be the same situation. Football, basketball, hell, baseball, even all of it. You got no excuse. Let's get to the schedule. Week 1, the Leathernecks of Western Illinois are heading into Champaign, Illinois, Memorial Stadium there.
Regionality.
I do love this game on there. I would prefer, I'm not going to bitch at it. I mean, the thing is this: I host the FCS College Football Experience. Western Illinois is fucking terrible. Now, I would prefer the Salukis, Southern Illinois or Illinois State, but it ain't that bad because Western Illinois, they got to get the program up. I'm sure a check like this does a lot for their program, so I like the regionality of it. And they will lose by 50 fucking points.
I love how you talked it up and then go, yeah, they're going to get their ass kicked. 1-0 for the Illini. I love the Illini logo.
Oh, yeah. They need to bring that shit back, man. I mean, what are we doing as a society? We should be honoring Native American history, not deleting it. I was talking about this the other day. So Indian reservation casinos are one of like the only ways they come up like that, or like old Western movies, right? The gambling world is like taking over each state. So, they're becoming less and less a thing. I honestly think in like 100 years, we're going to look back as a society and say, what the fuck are we doing getting rid of all these names? We should be honoring them. So we stay talking about them, stay talking about helping them. Hell, they should even kick back money to these tribes and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I really think we're blundering this. The way out of it to me is not deleting. It is actually, to me, honoring it more. I think at least. Want to know that logo's fire. Bring that shit back. Week 2. I will probably be at this game. Illinois is at Duke, Wallace Wade Stadium. I think this is a very, very dangerous game.
Yeah. Is this a Friday night game?
No, it's a Saturday game because I was looking at tickets at this, but
oh, it's a noon game.
Yeah, it pissed me off. This is at the same time as another great game. And who is it? There's another good game in North Carolina. I feel like going on at the same time, or
I'm pulling it up,
or maybe like there's something else that I was considering, and it was like, man, they're both being played at the same time. The Sharp
Iowa State's big noon week 2.
That's right, and that's why I was contemplating: do I even go to it? That's my decisions these days. It's like, do you go to a live college football game, which I think everyone should be doing, but also certain weeks you just want to be able to sit at home and watch. You know, I have an 8 TV setup, so you got that. The Sharp. Why is Patty C no longer in the place to be? Look, Patty's always he helped build this city.
Yeah,
and he's always welcome here. He's our friend forever, and he's just on a hiatus, man. He had to focus on some real life shit going on, and he's always welcome back. So he's still in the place to be.
He may make an appearance here or there.
Yeah. There's speculation. It depends what times the bar closes, right? But there's don't worry. I have Duke on the upset here. I am fascinated by this game, but I think the home edge is everything here. I think people don't realize how good Nathan Mensah is. I think this is a guy. I was on a Duke podcast the other day talking about this. I think he can be a Heisman contender. I don't know if it's going to be this year, but I'm looking at next year. But I really think he's going to be one of the better quarterbacks in all of college football. Now, at the same time, Altmyer, he could take a step forward. This is a great game, but I do think Duke's got the guys to actually bang with them. And Duke's defensive line is really good, and their defense is really good. So I'm going to take Duke to get this thing done. But great game. This is like a low key. Everyone's talking that Illinois Indiana game. I think this one is low key. I think Duke's a playoff contender too. I really do.
Yeah, and by the way, Baylor, SMU, and UConn, Syracuse are at 12 that day. So add this Illinois Duke game. That 12 o'clock week 2 slot is can't miss. So I went with Duke on the Duke preview at home here. I'm with you. I think that this is going to be a 1-possession game. They pulled that Kansas game out of their ass last year. Illinois did. I think this one they drop on the road.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you haven't seen Duke's defense. First off, they have money now, or they've always had money. They're throwing money into football, as you can see with Mensah. They paid up for him, but also they paid up to keep their guys there. At ACC Media Days, I was talking to a couple people that covered Duke, and they're like, "Hey, man, Michigan, Penn State, Auburn, and State came for a bunch of their defensive players, and Duke ponied up the money and kept them there." So, yeah, they're going all in on football too now. 1-1 for both of us here. Then Western Michigan comes to town in a series that goes back to the 1940s. Love this game on the schedule. I will take Illinois to get this dub. Lance Taylor and Western Michigan kind of got hit a little bit in the portal. And especially if Illinois loses that game, then they're going to be in fuck you mode. But so 2-1. What do you think?
They're going to beat them up on the line of scrimmage. 2-1 for the Illini. And here's the big one.
Oh yeah. Friday night, I believe, right? Is it a Friday night?
No, it's a Saturday. It should be a Friday night.
Why did I think it was?
They're going to big noon this. They're going to big noon this for sure.
Illinois at Indiana. Man, this game is fire. Series goes back to the 1800s. Oh man, I'm gonna take the Hoosiers, I guess, because they're at home, but I don't feel strong about this. I feel actually stronger about the Duke win than I do Indiana winning this game. You know what I mean? So I'd just like a Mendoza. I think Mensah's better than Mendoza. I know Mendoza's, they're saying first round draft pick, but he's got to prove it to me.
Yeah. Would you say that the Illinois 10-win season flew way under the radar because of Indiana's magic?
Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. Like these two teams, I mean, they were awesome last year. And And it's put this where this is a can't miss game now. In the last weekend in September, I went Indiana as well on the Indiana preview just because the game's at home. I think this is a coin flip game, and that's why the line's been 2.5 or 3 all summer.
Do you share that same opinion with me? Though, I feel better about Duke winning against Illinois than I do Indiana, because Indiana's got so many new faces on offense specifically.
I think I feel better about Indiana just because of Signetti. I have such a strong belief in Signetti. I'm a Signetti guy.
Yeah, no, I mean I love Signetti too, with the exception of him being a little bitch canceling the Virginia series. But
shit, then he cancels Virginia.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. I don't know. This is the one because I could see the continuity of the Illini getting a dub in Bloomington, but I'm just going to take the home team by a field goal. 23-20, Indiana wins, but I don't have strong conviction here. Then they are hosting Lincoln Riley and the USC Trojans. Trojan men. Damn, that's 3 hard games in 4 games right there, out of 4 games.
Yeah.
At Duke, at Indiana, you come home to USC, and the Big Ten doing USC a solid, giving them a trip to Champaign in September.
They knew what they were doing.
Oh, 100%. Man,
I'm torn. I went against him in the other 2 50-50 games. I'll say Illinois grinds this one out back at home.
I got USC getting this, man.
It's a tough game.
Yeah. I think you want this game in October or November. I think USC is going to get this one. I think USC's defense is going to be a lot tougher. It showed signs of getting tougher last year, and then you add Rob Ryan to that defensive staff. And another year in D'Anton Lynn's system, I got USC getting this. So but don't panic yet, Illini fans. I think you're still alive, but it's just a rough start. At 2-3.
They definitely got the tougher schedule on the front end of the schedule versus the back end.
This is such a dagger. If you had just put this game in late October, November, I would be all over the Illini.
Yeah.
Then after that, you head to West Lafayette to take on Barry Odom and Purdue, who almost got you last year. Not this year.
Yeah.
The Illini get that dub. I got them 3-3. How about you?
I think they almost got him because Walters used to work for Illinois, and there's a lot of staff knowing one another. But 3-3. So I have them 4-2. I got them winning this one.
Yeah, 3-3 for me. Then you come home and the Buckeyes are waiting for you.
Nice logo.
123-year-old. Yes. Great logo. I have Illinois winning this game.
Ooh, I like it.
I have Illinois winning this game. They storm the field as they should. And Ohio State sputters right here on the road in a close game. There we go. You're back in the playoff picture just like that. 4-3.
I had the Buckeyes losing at Washington, so I had them winning in Champaign. But I would not be shocked at all if Illinois pulled this off. Go Illini here and storm that damn field if you knock off those Buckeyes.
Yeah. Then you get a bye week. Shout out to Jeff George, true asshole quarterback. Nothing like an asshole quarterback. You come out of there and you head to Husky Stadium, take on these Huskies. I love this Husky logo. Too much of that purple drink. Yeah, this is where your playoff chances go to die. I got Washington winning this thing. This is winnable though. It's still winnable because I think this clash in styles is intriguing. But I'll take Washington to get this done. What are you doing here?
I got Washington. I'm not picking against those teams out west when the Big Ten comes to them. We saw Washington and Oregon.
Except UCLA, right?
Yeah, UCLA doesn't count. I mean, you remember what Illinois did when they went out to Oregon last year?
Yeah.
It's tough to win. It's tough to win in the Northwest, man. And Washington's going to be good. 4-4 for me.
Yeah. So I got them
4-4.
Yeah. Right. 4-4. Yeah. Then Rutgers, Greg Schiano coming to town in Champaign, and I have the Illini going to 5-4. How about you?
Yep. 5-4. Rutgers. I mean, Rutgers is a worse version of Illinois. They won't beat them.
Then after that, we got another bye week. Dick Butkus, legend. Rest in peace. Then the Maryland Terrapins come to Champaign. Yeah, that's going to be a loss for Maryland. So that's a bowl right there. 6-4.
6-4. You can pencil this one in as a 38-10 win. They're just going to choke soft ass Maryland out.
Yeah. Then a trip to Madison.
He's going to fire Fickle here.
Yes, he already took his defensive lineman. Camp Randall Stadium. I have Illinois going into Camp Randall and getting that dub, going to 7-4.
We know how personal this game is for Bielema. I mean, last time he went in there, they absolutely destroyed Wisconsin. Time before that, he got Paul Chris fired when he won there. Now he's going to go in there, beat the shit out of the Badgers again, and get Luke Fickle fired.
Yeah, and then you end the season with Northwestern coming to the Illini, and that will be another win. I have them 8-4. I have them 8-4. Unfortunately, they would not make the playoffs, but if they do find a way to win one of these games, as long as they still beat Ohio State, I think they would be in the mix for the playoff talk. The win total is sitting here at 8.5, so I am on the under. They're plus 35,000 to win the Big Ten. They're plus wait, is that 35,000? Did I add a zero to that?
Yeah, it should be
3,500. 3,500 to win the Big Ten. Plus 520 to make the college football playoffs. Here's another thing about this schedule, Mac, because you're on the under too, right?
Yeah, I made him 4.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They don't get a bye week until what week? How many games is that?
Like week 8 or some shit.
That's what's tricky, man, is you get Duke, Indiana, USC, and Ohio State before your first bye week. That's tough, man.
Yeah.
If they can, like, to me, like the back half of the schedule is great.
Yep.
It's just because you even get the bye week before Washington, which means like that makes that game so much more winnable. It's just the first half of the season before that bye week is just tricky. I mean, they could beat Duke, they could beat Indiana, and maybe they lose to Ohio State and they have those 2 wins. I don't know. I have the Duke and Indiana games as basically toss-ups. I just kind of like Duke. I think Duke matches up well against them. Indiana, I need to see the Indiana offense. I really don't know what their offense will look like this year. Remember, they lost Tino Sinceri to their co-OC. And the USC game is a little tricky too, where they get USC. You'd love to swap USC with Maryland. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But I'm on the under. I could see them go. I could see us being wrong and them going to the playoffs, though. I can see why some people are high on them. That back half of the schedule is really nice. They just got to go. Honestly, if they can get to week 7 with 2 losses,
yep,
there's a shot that they can go to the playoffs.
Yeah,
2 losses. Yeah,
the 4 games that we highlighted that are kind of toss-up games. I don't know if Ohio State's really a toss-up. It would be an upset if they won that, but they got to find a way to get through that Washington game with 2 or less, and then they should be able to run the table on those last 4. And then 10-2 gets you in. You go 10-2 in the Big Ten, it gets you
even
in.
9-3 might get you in, especially if your losses, like if you beat Ohio State, there's a shot to me that Duke's in the ACC championship. There's a shot that USC or Ohio State is in the Big Ten championship. I don't know about Indiana in the Big Ten championship. I think USC and Ohio State have a better chance to get to the Big Ten championship, but or maybe even Washington.
It's last year. My biggest worry. We've seen this. Just if you cover and you watch this sport year after year, they were in 1-score games last year, 5-1. And they didn't even have the lead in a bunch of those games. But Kansas was a crazy win. At Nebraska was a crazy win. Purdue was a crazy win. At Rutgers, like that's my biggest worry, that they were on the right side of all those 1-score games. Could they get some bad luck this year?
I normally like to fade that too, but I like to fade that normally with a team that doesn't have this much returning.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, so that's what makes it such a hard cap is like they're returning the most production in college football.
Mm-hmm.
So there is an art to winning close games. Now, you still like to think that like, hey, it's bound to bite you a little bit more. But at the same time, in a day and age where the portal is so crazy, I think the advantage of having a returning team this much, returning production, is probably bigger than it was 5 years ago. So I can see both sides of it, man. I think it makes it. I think it's one of the harder win totals, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I'm staying away.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not touching this shit.
Yeah.
I'm on the under. Max on the under, and folks, we will be back tonight. We're gonna. We'll see if we can get through
tonight.
We'll see if we can get through 3. I'm going to try my best to be able to align everything, but we will definitely. The next 3 episodes are the Yukon Huskies, national champs in 2020.
No, don't give them that one.
The Ole Miss Rebels and the Baylor Bears.
Sick of them.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Subscribe to the College Football Experience. YouTube.com/the college football or at YouTube.com/at the college experience. Also give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at DColeBD. Please, if you can get over to iTunes and Spotify, give us 5 stars. What are we doing? All right. What are we doing? See you back tonight talking Yukon Husky football. Can't wait. All right. Enjoy the slideshow honoring Illinois football history on the way out of here because we put it together, and I think the hardcore fans will like it. Till next time, folks. This is the College Football Experience, fighting Illini style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Mailbox 1. You have 7. Message 1.
I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart my body and soul, or nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun my body and soul, or nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo my body and soul, or nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. We're the obsession to be a part of that, started that. Mind over matter don't matter in the market. I've seen much smarter cats have heart attacks. Largely cause leaders need lambs to be lethargic. Match wits with the half-wit phantom. I don't need jumper cables or mic cords to analyze an analytical anthem. Between my 2 ears, an engine pumping the life force. Force field for your grip on the grievance. Still gonna feel unchallenged and bored stiff. So arrange the pieces to appear cohesive. All the hard work will go largely ignored if your hands are covered with post-its and paper cuts. You need to have your voice in the vice grip. The one who made it famous ain't the one who made it up. You don't get overtime just for working the night shift.
I'm taking a pitch right now. It's like
I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart my body and soul, or nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun my body and soul, or nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo my body and soul, or nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. Every time I close my eyes, I'm taken to the same place, a playing field, and every contestant's got the game face. Everybody's yelling, you ought to play it safe. Make sure them shoes are tied and ankles tape. Shake the cobweb, hit the ground running. This is how cunning I can get with the footwork. You're doing it right, well, it shouldn't hurt. Flirt with greatness, still I run the famous. Nice high heels, I got mics for spikes. Trampling the home team and the turf for life. For the few fleet of foot, too fast for me. I fear none, cause I run and ignore the pair of feet by the tree that are fast asleep. In love with the game, you adore the hair. I believe in achievement. My soul isn't rewarded just cause the season goal moves toward it. I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart my body and soul, or nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun my body and soul, or nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo my body and soul, or nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. Conspiracy theories, gotta love them clearly. Nothing's more entertaining than entertaining a query. Just a word to the wise and the weary. Recognize the authors of reality and theory. Theoretically, I could have won Scribble Jam. In reality, I lost to a legend. Theoretically, I'm best friends with Uncle Sam. In reality, I've never even met him. Now one day my potential may become reputation. Until then, I'm still a work in progress. I suggest you question what I'm saying. If anything, to become familiar with the process. My agenda may suit your needs. When I say your Bill of Rights has been ripped to shreds, but if it defends what you believe, hold dear to your truths and scream fuck seeds. I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself.